Welcome to a journey of wonder, relaxation, and discovery. Tonight, we're diving into some random, fascinating facts that are perfect for winding down and letting your mind wander as you drift into a peaceful sleep. From the mysteries of space to the quirks of nature, and even a few fun surprises about the world we live in, there's something here to lull you into a state of calm curiosity. So, get comfortable, close your eyes, and let these random but delightful tidbits soothe your thoughts. Who knows? You might just dream about turtles breathing through their butts or 300-year-old storms raging on Jupiter. Let's begin by exploring the incredible world of nature, where every corner of our planet is filled with fascinating details, remarkable creatures, and awe-inspiring phenomena that remind us of the beauty and complexity of the Earth we call home. Some species of turtles can breathe through their butts. This is a process called cloacal respiration. Australian freshwater turtles, like the saw-shelled turtle and the white-throated snapping turtle, are known to use cloacal respiration. North American turtles don't have the same ability. Koalas sleep for about 18 to 22 hours a day, which is about 90% of their time. They spend the remaining 10% eating and sitting around. Koalas sleep so much to conserve energy. Their diet of leaves provides little energy, and their slow metabolic rate allows them to retain food in their digestive system for longer. A group of crows is called a murder. Owls have 3 eyelids, one for blinking, one for sleeping, and one for cleaning. The blinking eyelid, which is typically the upper eyelid that most animals use to blink normally. The sleeping eyelid or lower eyelid, which closes when the owl is asleep, and the cleaning eyelid, also known as the nictitating membrane. This transparent membrane moves across the eye diagonally to remove debris and keep the eye clean while the owl is active. Starfish don't have brains or blood. Starfish don't have a central nervous system or brain. Instead, they coordinate their hundreds of feet using mechanical loading, which allows them to move rhythmically along the seabed. They also don't have blood, but instead use filtered seawater to pump nutrients through their nervous system. This seawater delivers nutrients to the starfish's organs, allowing them to function properly. Some penguins, specifically gentoo and Adelie penguins, propose to their mates by giving them pebbles as gifts during mating season. Dolphins have names for each other. They use whistles as names to identify individuals. They emit these whistles when they are isolated from the group, which helps them find each other again. Frogs can freeze completely and still survive when thawed. Certain species of frogs, like the wood frog, can survive being completely frozen solid during the winter months and then revive when thawed in the spring, thanks to a natural anti-freeze produced by their liver called glucose, which prevents ice crystals from damaging their cells. Sharks have been around longer than trees. The earliest evidence of sharks is fossils that date back 450 million years. This means sharks have been around at least 90 million years before trees. Trees can communicate through underground fungal networks. They use chemical signals and electrical pulses to share information about threats like drought, disease, and insects. This allows the forest to adapt its growth and behavior to increase its chances of survival. Nature never ceases to amaze us with its incredible quirks and wonders. But as fascinating as life on Earth is, there's an entire universe above us filled with mysteries that are just as breathtaking. Let's lift our gaze to the cosmos, where stars burn brighter than we can imagine. Planets have storms that rage for centuries, and even space itself has its own surprising secrets. The next few facts will take us on a journey beyond our world, straight into the vastness of space. The sun is so big that about 1.3 million Earths could fit inside it. The Sun's diameter is about 109 times that of Earth. The Sun is about 333,000 times more massive than Earth. There's a giant cloud of alcohol in space near the constellation Sagittarius. Sagittarius B2 is a molecular cloud near the center of the Milky Way galaxy that contains large amounts of alcohol. Venus spins backward compared to most other planets. Venus rotates clockwise, while most other planets rotate counterclockwise. This means that on Venus, the Sun rises in the west and sets in the east. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. A year on Venus is 225 Earth days, while a day is 243 Earth days. The Moon is moving away from Earth at about 1.5 inches per year. The Moon's migration is due to the gravitational effects of the Earth and the Moon on each other. The Moon's gravitational pull on the Earth's oceans creates tides, which in turn drag the Moon into a higher orbit. This process is called lunar recession. Jupiter has a storm called the Great Red Spot that's been raging for over 300 years. The Great Red Spot is the largest storm in the solar system, with a diameter of about 15,400 miles. It's almost twice the size of Earth. Winds inside the Great Red Spot can reach speeds of up to 432 kilometers per hour. If you could fold a piece of paper 42 times, it would reach the Moon. The distance between the Earth and the Moon is about 384,400 kilometers. After 42 folds, the paper would be 439,804.7 kilometers thick, which is greater than the distance to the Moon. Neptune's winds can blow faster than the speed of sound. With winds that can reach speeds of over 1,100 miles per hour, which is 1.5 times faster than the speed of sound. Neptune's winds are much faster than the strongest hurricane winds on Earth, which only reach about 200 miles per hour. Space may be the final frontier, but as we marvel at the stars and planets, it's fascinating to think about how humanity has always gazed upward, wondering about our place in the universe. History is full of moments where our curiosity shaped the world around us, from ancient civilizations to groundbreaking discoveries. Let's bring our focus back to Earth and explore some incredible facts about our past. Cleopatra lived closer to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid. The Egyptian queen lived from around 69 BCE to 30 BCE. The pyramid was built around 2560 BCE under the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. This means that there were nearly 2,500 years between Cleopatra's reign and the construction of the pyramid, while there were only about 2,000 years between Cleopatra and the moon landing. Napoleon was once attacked by a swarm of bunnies. To celebrate the end of the War of the Fourth Coalition, Napoleon held a rabbit hunt with 3,000 tame farm animals. When the rabbits were released, they ran towards Napoleon and his men instead of running away. The rabbits climbed up Napoleon's legs, nibbled on his boots and buttons, and forced him to his knees. The shortest war in history lasted 38 minutes. The war began after the death of the pro-British Sultan Hamad bin Thuwaini, who was replaced by Sultan Khalid bin Bargash, who favored German interests. The first oranges weren't orange, they were green. The original oranges originated in Southeast Asia as a cross between a tangerine and a pomelo. Even today, oranges in warmer regions like Thailand and Vietnam remain green when fully ripe. Vikings used to navigate using ravens. They used the ravens to navigate by releasing them and observing their behavior to determine the direction and proximity of land. This was part of a long tradition of using birds to find land. which is also referenced in religious texts like the Bible and in Buddhist texts. Bubble wrap was originally invented as a textured wallpaper in 1957 by Alfred Fielding and Marc Chavan. Albert Einstein's brain was stolen after his death in 1955 by the pathologist who performed his autopsy, Dr. Thomas Stoltz Harvey. History shows us how far humanity has come, filled with incredible stories of innovation, exploration, and resilience. But the most fascinating piece of history might just be ourselves, the human body, an intricate masterpiece that's been evolving for millions of years. Let's take a closer look at the amazing machine that powers us every day with some surprising and delightful facts about what makes us human. Your heart beats around 100,000 times per day. The heart pumps about 5 liters of blood per day, which is enough to fill an 8 by 10 foot swimming pool. Speaking about swimming pools, the average person produces about 37,854 liters of saliva in their lifetime, which is enough to fill 2 standard-sized swimming pools. If you were to lay out all of your blood vessels end to end, they would stretch for almost 100,000 miles. This is more than twice the distance around the Earth. Your nose can remember 50,000 different scents. The nose contains around 400 types of scent receptors that work with the brain to identify nearly 1 trillion different odors. When you smell something, the scent molecules are transported to the olfactory sensory neurons in your nose. The brain then processes the smells and encodes them as memories. By weight, a bone is actually stronger than steel, since a bar of steel of comparable size would weigh 4 or 5 times as much while having about the same compressive strength. Blushing causes your stomach lining to turn red. When you blush, your body releases adrenaline, which is a hormone that prepares your body for stressful situations. Adrenaline causes your blood vessels to dilate, which increases blood flow and makes your veins appear red. The human body is truly a marvel, but we're not the only ones with fascinating features. The animal kingdom is brimming with creatures whose abilities and quirks rival our own, sometimes in ways we could never imagine. Let's explore some of the most surprising and delightful facts about the animals we share this world with. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 40 minutes, which is almost double the time of most dolphins. A snail can sleep for 3 years. By sleeping, snails can retain moisture and avoid excessively hot or dry climates. If the weather is unaccommodating, snails can sleep for 3 years straight. Depending on the geography, snails can turn to hibernation in the winter or estivation called summer sleep to avoid dry climates. Cats can make over 100 different sounds, while dogs make about 10. Cats have a wide range of vocalizations, including purrs, meows, and yowls. The frequency of their vocalizations can vary depending on their mood and what they want. Cats or dogs. Elephants mourn their dead and even perform funeral-like rituals. They have been observed covering bodies with leaves and branches and often return to carcasses, spending varying amounts of time with the bodies. And that is the end of part 1 of our journey through fascinating facts to help you relax and unwind. From the wonders of nature to the mysteries of space, and even a peek into our history and ourselves, we hope these little tidbits have sparked your curiosity and eased your mind. If you're still awake, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when part 2 is ready. Your support helps us create more content. Sweet dreams, and thank you for spending this time with us.